How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Salem to your heart. Here's a preview of what you'll have made by the end of the video. This track has an absolutely sick acid lead and a really heavy bass line, so let's get straight into it and start with that acid lead. Great, let's first have a look at the MIDI and then it'll be easier for you to follow along in the sound design. Great, so we're in the key of B minor. We've also set the BPM to 152, which is why the track's got so much energy. So this acid lead is literally just this 2-bar sequence and it's just repeating itself. We also have some automation coming from the serum patch, which I'll get into in a bit, but this is basically just the filter opening up. So that's what this red line here is. You can obviously move that around to sort of taste, you know. So yeah, a good starting place to make your own is to get everything on the root note. So get a nice pattern going like this. Pretty simple, right? And then you start playing around with the notes. So as long as it's in key, it's going to sound all right. It's always good to play it with the vocal as well. So maybe here. And if I just repeat that, it's obviously not going to sound amazing, but it's going to sound all right, you know. So let's just see what that is. Like, do you know what I mean? It was so simple that took me like 10 seconds and it already sounds good. So yeah, just obviously play around. And if you're looping just a 2-bar thing and you're sticking pretty much to the bass line with a few extra notes to add a bit of melody, it's going to sound pretty good on an acid bass line. Obviously, an important thing about making a good acid bass line is the serum patch. So let's have a look at that now. So this patch has been made in Serum 2 and is actually a preset from my Trance Volume 2 sample pack. This pack is my favorite pack I've done so far by a mile. So with this pack, on top of the 60 presets, you also get all this MIDI. So I've basically done remakes of loads of different tracks. So DJ Heartstring, Marlon Hofstad, Ben Hemsey, and loads of others. For example, so we've got the basses. And then we've also got the leads. You'll recognize a lot of these tracks. And then for example, if you want this one, then you just go and get the matching MIDI. Just search last. And then here, look, you have the MIDI. And then insert a MIDI track, drag that over, and then find the matching preset. Serum 2, go to Last Time Under Purple Skies, so here. So they've all got matching, basically every single, or if not most, of these presets have a matching MIDI. So you can sort of hear what you can achieve with that sound. You can obviously play around and then make your own chords. So for example, if I'm in A, I just make a little chord, you pitch that up. And then, yeah, you've got your own sort of thing going on, right? Obviously that sounds like shit, but you get the idea. Cool, anyway. Let's see how this bad boy is made. Menu, initiate the preset, and then default shapes. I think this is going to come up anyway. And then we've got this saw wave here. Just like this. And then we turn on the filter and we select an MG Low 18. We then bring the cut off to 185 Hertz and bring that res up. This is really important when you're making acid, that you want to keep the res up. That's where that sort of acid squeak comes from. So it originally comes from the Roland 303, and this is basically built off just saw waves, square waves, and a really nice resonated filter. So if you don't know, the Roland 303 is this bad boy, and it is actually quite complicated to sort of program. You have to click all the things. There's also some VST versions, but to be honest, if you've got good presets, you can replicate it. This was basically made when everyone was making acid house and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just a bit of history with TB303. Everything in the acid sort of house era came from this sort of plugin, or synth, sorry. So anyway, it's all in the filter. So that's why we've got the resonance really high. We then come over to the amplitude envelopes, envelope 1, and we've got a really short plucky decay. So only 279 milliseconds, no sustain and very minimal release. and you drag that over onto the cutoff. And we've put it to, yeah, about 18%. We've also boosted a bit of drive. I've also selected mono, legato, always, and porter. It's kind of important you've got the mono on, otherwise the notes are sort of going to glide over each other, which you don't really want too much. And if you also turn that up, so you can go a little bit of the way, but you kind of want it to be a sort of rolling bass line. And we now come over to the effects, and firstly we have this distortion unit. Just add a little bit of grit. Equalizer, taking out some of that low end, because you don't really need it. Reverb, making it a nice bass. And then you can also add a delay. Nice ping pong delay. I think in this track, I actually left it off. And yeah, then we have this macro, and that's taken onto the cutoff. So that's what you can see here. So this automation here is this macro. And this basically just opening up this filter and letting it more high end. So yeah, that's basically how you make that patch. It's a pretty simple patch, to be honest. But yeah, it just sounds fucking awesome. Let's now look at the bass. Cool, so firstly the MIDI. We're on the offbeat, but I call this a sort of double offbeat. So normal one would be like this, which sounds good as well, and it's done a lot. But then this adds a sort of like rolling effect, so you just get that double. So it's basically like half a rolling bass, because rolling bass would obviously be like this. But then you'd side chain out that. So yeah, really nice bass. If we have a look at the patch, we go to digital, ICANN has kick. So this is basically a kick rather than like a waveform, like say a sine wave. This is essentially like a kick has been dragged in here. This comes with obviously Serum 1 as well. So yeah, this is essentially a kick, and we've got the wavetable of the kick. So if we have a look like this, we can obviously move and cycle through it. But yeah, this basically makes a really punchy bass. We've then in the noise, we've got another kick here. So this helps to add a little bit of more of a harder hit. So without it, to be fair, it's quite minimal that. You can hear it there if I turn it up. But on its own, just like an extra click, which helps it sort of punch through. So we've got this envelope one there, which has a decay of about 1 second. And we've also, yeah, dragged that nice so it's curved. And then dragged that onto the filter, which we've got an MG Low 24. Bit of drive, bit of fat. In terms of effects, there's nothing. So yeah, it's a pretty simple patch, but sometimes it's the simple stuff which sounds good. Yeah, best not overcomplicate your bass patterns, because you could then, I don't know, add someone else and then add some unison, and you're gonna mess it up. And like sometimes simple is the best. So like for example, this is kind of a rogue reference, but if you look at Marshmallow's tracks, he uses really basic sound design, but he does it in a way that just sounds really good. Cool, next we have the drums. This loop is from my Trance Volume 2 pack. This pack basically has like 50 full loops, and then it's also got the top loops from those. So yeah, you can just literally drag them in and have some really good Trance drums. But yeah, this pack's got loads of just loops and one shots. Like look at the hats. Literally everything you need for Trance, do you know what I mean? I will in the next video show you how to make them from scratch. So yeah, I mean, I think I've got another video as well if you want to check that out on Euro drums already. So yeah, obviously check that out. Cool, then we have this string. This I've just added to add a little bit more atmosphere. So again, we're starting on the B, going up to a third, and then down to the ninth, or whatever that is, the A. And yeah, it's just a string, but I've put it in Serum. But yeah, I essentially use the Korg M1 for my strings. Browse, I put it on prog strings, and I like this soft string and string 2. And yeah, that's pretty much string 1 as well. These are pretty much the only presets I use from Korg M1. I think there is an OK string. So the Roland Crowd SRX strings are really good. So this plugin, if you have this, sort of giving you options, do you know what I mean? Epic string, really nice. And I think if you have Ableton Suite, there's a decent string under Wavetable, a synthetic string. But not my favorite. anyway, yeah, so that is the track. Star for me, the star of the show is that fucking acid lead. So yeah, definitely try and drop that in your next track. I think it really helps to add something. And I just don't get tired of an acid lead. I just fucking like an acid lead. I don't know what it is. But yeah, pretty simple to make. And I hope you learned something new. And as always, comment down below if you like this video and if you have any other suggestions. Cool. Thanks, guys. Cheers.